live and direct from the heart of Africa. If this is your first time watching me on this channel, you are highly welcome. This is a place where we separate the facts from the fiction, the science from the superstitions, and the concepts from the misconceptions about African spirituality. Today, I want to talk about a very important topic, and this is how to invoke the spirit of Sekhmet for black empowerment, how to empower yourself as a black person, as an African, and what we can do to change our situation. As you know, the African race is the most downtrodden race in the world right now due to the situation that we have seems to find ourselves. We are supposed to be the most dominant people on this planet, and we have always been like that for thousands of years, if not millions of years. But somewhere along the line, we got old. This is what happens in life. When you get old, you die. Then you reincarnate, you rise again. This is the great circle of life. Every good thing, all good thing must come to an end. As far as you are living in this earth, you are a living thing in this flesh. There's a time for everything. A time to grow, a time to rise, a time for birth, a time for death, a time for also rebirth. Okay? We, the African race, we are the oldest race on this planet. We were there at the beginning, and we will still be there at the ending. And we are the root race of this planet. Okay? We have seen a lot of things. We have built the most powerful and greatest civilization. In fact, we started civilization on this rock. Everything the so-called Caucasian race is claiming to know today, they got it from us. They stole it from us. And this Caucasian that is causing all this problem of destroying this earth appear to be the youngest race and the most barbaric. This one did not really learn anything from us. This one, we don't know where this one come from. This not be our Peking. Okay, this is not our Peking. This is the way they say it in Africa. Where you have a child and the child is always misbehaving, doing things that is in opposition, anti-nation. Just the child is totally, let me say, scallywag. You will reject the child. This child not be our own, no. And that tree is not our own. We don't know how this Peking from come, where the Peking from come, but not be our Peking be this. African people don't behave this way. The way this Caucasian is behaving, we don't behave like that. So we don't know where this one come from. So we cannot count it as part of our own. Sorry, along the line, this thing, calling themselves the Western world or Europeans or Caucasian, carcass of dead Asians or whatever they choose to call themselves, claiming to be superior people, they have been able to create a world for themselves that they can control. They create a world around something that is very physical to them, something that is very material to them. The central theme of this Caucasian race is all about power. Power to dominate, power to oppress, power to intimidate, power to destroy, power to loot, pillage, and rape at will. The power that this Caucasian race is waging upon the world right now is economic power backed by military assets. It has nothing to do with spirituality. It is very physical. Very real in this physical world. This is the highest point the Caucasian can go. So when we say some people are not spiritual, we know what we are talking about. When you're spiritual, you have the capacity to interact, to feel the pain, to feel the emotions of others, not other people, of plants, animals, of other elements, to connect with them and understand and live in harmony with them, living to have this synergy, this active synergy in the environment. The Caucasian do not have this. It does not have this, and it don't want to have it for whatever reason. The Caucasian want to maintain or reserve the capacity for unlimited destruction. So love or concern for any other element or any other animal, any other thing on this planet or race or humans is not in the philosophy of the Caucasian. I know many of them will watch this video, and I have to say what I have to say because this is the fact. I have studied this race very, very well. I have seen their mentality. I have seen their holistic outlook. This race is a race that is marching towards self-destruction, that is marching towards a place of, they are taking us in this planet to a place whereby we cannot be able to come out from a place of total desolation, of destroying, pillaging every natural resources in the earth, making this earth a wasteland, making it uncomfortable for everybody, turning human nature against itself. This is where this race is carrying us to. And this place is a place of destruction. There is no future for this race. And we as indigenous people, African people, we cannot follow them on this their path of unlimited destruction, of unlimited greed, capitalism, of reaping, of uprooting all the, scavenging all the natural resources in the head cross and in all over the world for the greed of some few people. Say you are making money. The God, the only God that the Caucasian really or that worship is money. This is the world that we are living. Sadly, they have been able to trap us in this their reality. They have been able to trap us in this their time. This their Georgian calendar. This their time zone. This their mentality of it's all about money. It's all about employing people, underpaying them, draining the life force out of them, creating a life that is anti-nature, that you have to work from morning till night till you die. You have to pay for everything that God has given us naturally. We have to struggle to make some few people rich. Instead of sharing, bringing equality, there's enough for everybody. Some people are hoarding resources, hoarding it for themselves. Not that they have anything to do with it, just wickedness. Letting the rest of us suffer. And you call this life. This is not the way to go. This is not the system we must practice. We have to practice. Before the inception of this Caucasian, we don't have this kind of system. We don't have any poor person in Africa. All the indigenous tribes, everybody have enough. We have everything to ourselves. We can do anything we want to do. We don't need to work from 9 to 5. We don't do all these things. The earth was a paradise. But since this thing came out of his cave, life has been a living hell. It has been constant war, turmoil. And now we are living under the shadow of these kind of things. So how do we break away? How do we regather or recollect ourselves? How do we reestablish our own sanity? How do we separate ourselves? So far, these people have been able to entrap lots of us with their fake spirituality, the spirituality of a terror god that will burn you forever if you do not follow him, that will torture you. A God that's going to enforce all over the earth by sheer brutality. The God of Abraham, of Isaac and Jacob. The God of terror. The God of criminality. The God of brutality. A God that is a mass murderer, a genocidal maniac. The God that is responsible for killing over 15 million people in Congo. A God that is responsible for murdering over 20 million Africans in South Africa. A God that anywhere it goes, there's always destruction, there's always turmoil, there's always problem, there's always acrimony. A God that is currently now enslaving more than 90% of the world. This is not the way to go. The aim of this God is to turn this life into a living hell for people. And many of our people are catching that hell. We are trapped in this system, working for a living, paying for everything that was given to us for free. This is not a good thing, okay? How do we solve this problem? How do we remove ourselves from these beasts? How do we empower ourselves? This is very simple, very easy, and thank God it is not a rocket science. Now that we have discovered the nature of these beasts, we have understand the philosophy that this thing will never change. The best thing we to do is to recollect our footsteps and go back home. We can do this by loving ourselves. Very easy. We have to have self-love. This thing wants us to love it, even if it is killing us. He wants us to worship it, love me or go to hell. This beast tells people that he is God. Wants us to worship his image. I've been able to get a lot of people to worship his image. This beast is in the image of a man. The 666, the carbon. Is carbon-made man like me and you. And this thing has been terrorizing everybody all over the world. Even itself. This thing is something that will never be at peace. That is never at peace. So the best thing is to actually leave this thing alone. We can leave it alone by loving ourselves, creating our own communities, and be doing things within ourselves. Okay? How to avoid this thing? Now it's here with us. We cannot really get rid of it too, but we can kick it out of our life. Okay, now the beast now is offering so many things, so many choice, still promising to make life easy, make life this change, but it's not changing. Racism is not ending. Oppression is not ending. Discrimination is not ending. Nothing is changing. It's getting worse every day. The best thing you can do as a black people is to come together and unite. This is what our elders have been preaching since anybody that woke up from Marcus Garvey to Malcolm X, almost to Martin Luther King later in his lifetime. He was first preaching for integration. When he saw that the people will never change, he started preaching for black unity, then he was killed. We have to unite. Okay, we must unite. We must love ourselves. This African spirituality we are talking about today, we claim to be practicing. It does not matter if we don't unite. It does not matter. We must find a way to develop our own communities within ourselves. Okay, we must support our communities. We must support our home businesses. Okay, we have to be buying our home products. No matter how bad they are, we must be buying them. Okay, we have to support black businesses to survive. It doesn't matter how many books you read. So you're reading all the Afrocentric books, you're reading all our history books, all our spiritual books, you're studying our history from A to Z. None of this matter. None of this matter if you don't actually put it into action. Okay, none of this happen. If you still working for the enemy, empowering the enemy, giving them all your money, buying their clothes, buying their cars, buying their products, buying everything from them. You don't buy from your own black people. You don't buy from you don't patronize your own businesses. You're making them stronger. When you're giving them all this money, and we give them a lot of money, a lot of our people have been colonized to feel that if they don't buy the latest fashion designers, they are not complete. If they don't buy Louis Vuitton or Givenchy, Versace, if they don't spend money like this, they are not recognized, or people they will not have any value to them. This is a major problem. We must find a way to patronize our own things. This is how you can invoke the spirit of Sekhmet. In Kemet, Sekhmet is the lion deity, the deity representing economic power, a very powerful force of transformation. In West African Orisha spirituality, she's the spiritual representation of Oya, the god of storms, of changes, of spiritual, physical manifestation and transformation. We need to invoke this deity inside us. Okay, it's part of the family of deities by actually making it a priority and an habit. For anything we want to buy, we must first of all look for a person, an African person, before to buy it from. If we cannot find that person, none of our person is producing that stuff, before we can say, okay, let's go outside the community to buy it. And when we go outside, we have to first of all look upon the people that are not the ones that is actually enslaving us. They say the enemy of my, how did I say this? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Okay? The enemy of my enemy should be your friend. Oh. In this case, the Chinese man will be my friend, and it has been a good friend to Africa. They are not the people that came to colonize Africa. But if Africa will continue to remain stupid, we are going to be recolonized again. Okay? We need to be intentional in all the kind of things we do. We need to focus on giving our money to people that are not the ones that are currently oppressing and enslaving us. Okay? This involves buying products from certain kind of people. We must be very, very intentional. We must make this an habit. Anytime we want to spend money, we must think of where that money is going to. Who the money will eventually end up with, the supply chain of this money. We must reason it. When we want to do business, we want to make partnership, we have to be considering certain things that we see, that we are making sure that we are not empowering the people that are oppressing us, the people that are putting their knees on our neck, the people that don't want us to breathe, the people that is always shooting our brothers and sisters on the streets, the people that are the KKK, the racist police, racist people. We must not be giving them our money. It is a sin. We cannot be crying for black empowerment and all the little money we have, we're still giving it to them. It means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. So we must choose the way we shop. This is not easy, but we can do it. Okay? If you come to Africa, you find out that almost 50, if not 60, 70% of the things we use in Africa, we don't even have any manufacturing companies. We still buy a lot of things from outside. We buy a lot of things, even our own traditional clothes. A lot of people say you practice African spirituality, you should be wearing traditional clothes. I should not be wearing regular clothes. What I will tell them that they say if God or the ancestors want you to play march, according to one of my friends, if God wants, say you must play march, whether you tie wrapper or you wear JC, you must play that march. If it's your destiny to do something, to do this spiritual work, it doesn't matter what you are wearing, you are going to do it. Whether you dress native or you dress Western or you naked, you will still do the thing that you are doing. In my own case, this channel I'm doing, this spiritual work, is something I never signed up for. I never planned it, even after all my studies. I still wanted to go back to my mundane life because I thought that people will not be ready. But I have said the story many times. I was kicked out of a meditation. They kicked my chest. They forced me into doing this work. The ancestors booted me out of a meditation. Tell me I was wasting my time. I need to start doing something. I opened this YouTube channel at 3 a.m. in the morning. This is how I started my YouTube. I never planned to do this. So for me, it doesn't matter what you wear. Okay? Most of the things you see those our African kings wear, the beads, the dresses, the regalias, many of them are not made in Africa. This is very sad. So it doesn't matter what you, when you have the spirit and when you're doing the stuff, the action goes beyond the dressing. This is not issue of dress up. This is issue of action. And everybody that claims or is practice African spirituality, you must be living it and you must be active in it. This work, one person cannot do it. A tree cannot make a forest, and no man is an island. So we must have this at the front of our minds, that we must seek for black unity, and we must make it a priority to be supporting our black businesses. That way, we can create economic power within our community. That storm, money will be flowing, will be circulating. Nobody will be lacking anything within our community because we're always buying from each other. Same way the same white people are doing it. You can take example from these Jews. A Jewish man never gives his money to any other race except they want to use that money to punish you, to deceive you, to set you up. They never give, they never marry. It's an abomination for them. If you study kosher law, it's an abomination for them to help any unbeliever, any infidel. They don't do it. And anytime they do a deal, they make sure that they get more than enough. They treat you like a slave. Anytime they're doing business with you, they always cheat you. to make sure that that little money gives them more than enough benefits. That is why they always underpay you. They always make sure that you overwork. They always overwork you. They make sure that you never use that money they are giving you to do any good thing. When they employ you, if you have worked for these conglomerates in America, even the Jeff Bezos, Amazon, you see the way, even Facebook, the way they treat their workers. They underpay the workers, they overstress them. They make sure that that money they are giving you, you cannot even use it to be a millionaire or so. They overuse the people. They don't care. If you sick today, they change you tomorrow. They use you like a dirty handkerchief and dump you. This is the philosophy of the capitalist nature of the Caucasian, of the Jews, of Christianity. It's simply exploitation. Pure and simple exploitation. Crude, barbaric exploitation. This is their philosophy. Especially if you are not from their race. This is how they got on top. You see them, when you see them, how many Caucasians or Jews is still coming to buy African products? They don't buy our products. The only thing they buy from us is the thing they don't have. Natural resources. And they don't even buy it, they steal it. They use every means to steal it. Casual it, take it by force, by hook, by crook. This is the way they behave. They don't give you money. They dash you money. They want to use that money to enslave you. Like when you set in trap for a rat, you give him a piece of bread, and then you kill the rat, and then you rob the house. This is the way they operate. Learn from them, study their business behavior. They call it capitalism. Stealing by greed. This is not the way we should be. We cannot move. We are going to die if we continue to be with this kind of mentality. So we must create a community for ourselves that will be beneficial, that we have a benefit, we have this self-love, employing our own people, supporting our business to employ our people, to create economic power like a storm within our communities, so that we don't need to go out. According to one popular person, he said it's a crime for you to give birth to children and then allow your children to go and be begging other people for jobs. This happens to a lot of black people. You see our people begging for jobs online, running out of Africa to go to Europe to be washing white people's toilets, sweeping streets, washing white people's yansh, saying that caregiving, washing, carrying shit of white people, of old white races. You still go to abroad to enslave yourself that you are looking for money, be carrying shit, feces of white, excrement of white people, say you are doing caregiving. What sort of life is that? Is that not a curse? Is that not a curse? Abominable things, the worst kind of mania jobs. You are going there again. This time they didn't even come to Africa to come and kidnap you. You go and work money, save money, pay yourself, struggle. Some people will even risk their life to go to Europe, to cross Mediterranean Sea, cross the Sahara Desert, under the hot sun at the point of death, to go and be washing white people's excrements in Europe. What kind of life is this? This needs to stop. It can only stop when we start patronizing our home businesses, when we start buying black, helping our people to grow, creating businesses, creating opportunities for our people. This is the ultimate empowerment. This is how you invoke the spirit of Sekhmet or Oya. It is not by going to put offering in a 3-road junction or doing offering, burning things, giving. No. It's active. Spirituality is an active principle. You must actually be doing it. You must be practicing it physically. You must be that force that will bring that change, that transformation that you want to see. This is how to practice spirituality. Not by giving offerings, endless offerings, throwing things into or river all the time, or burning things, or killing animals, spraying blood everywhere. No, not be like that too. All of us that are in this path, we must play our role. Okay, we must be patronizing. We must make it an habit, a priority. Anything, if you want to buy a new car, which country make that car? Where is it made from? Are these the people oppressing us? Buy from people that are not oppressing you. We say buy from China. It is better to be buying your heavy duty stuff from China than from people in Europe, than from even evil companies in America. China have good products. Buy from China. They are not the ones oppressing us. They are not the ones killing us, and they are also enemies of America. And NATO. It's better you buy from them. I have to say it clear. We need to make strategic partnership. This will help us to grow. This will help us to empower. We need to find technology transfer. And most especially, we need to build our own schools. Afrocentric schools. All the schools in Africa, all the universities in Nigeria, no one teaches pre-colonial history. No one. We need to educate our children. The enemy, the oppressor, will never teach your children anything to empower them. That is why many of our people are stupid. Many of our people are Negropeans. When you mention African history, they hate them. They are suffering from self-hate. Because Western curriculum teaches you self-hate. The child cannot find themselves in anywhere in the world. I went to school, I was 31 years before I discovered African history. I went to primary school, secondary school, university in Nigeria. I knew nothing about African history. I knew nothing. I was 31 years when I discovered African history. Now I'm over 40 years. Imagine if I have discovered this history since when I was in primary school. My life would have been much more improved. I would have been in a better position to do great things in life more than this. So we need to teach our children early. We must invest in our own education. This is a major important steps. For those of us that have money, that have capacity, you must do this. We must do this. We cannot wait for any government. Our government are all puppets. All the government in Africa, they are all puppets. This is a private initiative. Why am I here today talking on YouTube? Why am I here teaching African spirituality? One of the major reasons I am here today is because the people that are supposed to be doing this work, they have failed their responsibility. They have refused to do it. I am here today because our traditional leaders in Africa, all our traditional rulers, they failed. This is the work that is traditional ruler is supposed to be doing. A chief priest, a native doctor from Africa. This is the work I'm doing. Is the work that many of them are supposed to be doing. But look today, how many of them are doing the work? Let's take Nigeria as an example. How many of them are actually doing this work of teaching African spirituality? 0%. Even less than 0. They failed in their responsibility. That is why I'm here today. And many of them are still failing. I see them every day. I see these kings. I see these so-called Dibia. Most times what they do is just to wait for people to come and give them drink and food. Give them yam, plantain, and they say they're doing one thing. They have degenerated and degraded the practice to a kind of things that it is very unattractive, unprogressive. It is not like a fortune-telling chattel thing. That's why a lot of youths are running away from it. There's no real education. When you ask them to explain this for you, they cannot. Many of them have failed their responsibilities. That is why I'm here today. Assuming they are actually doing the things they're supposed to do, probably I will be doing something else or be involved in something more futuristic. But now, sadly as it is, people like me have to step in because some people are not there and they will still get their reward for not being there too. So we need to step up. I am very happy to step up. I took the mantle, I stepped up, and so far it has been very good. In fact, I didn't imagine myself doing any other thing. We need to be filling the gaps like this. Okay, our structures, they are all broken. Okay, if you know you have a calling to be a teacher, to be a healer, to be anything that will support African spirituality, by all means follow it. To be a musician, to be an artist, this is all part of our contribution. You need to start creating things. There's no waiting for anybody. We cannot keep importing things from other cultures, from other people. As far as we keep buying things from them, we will continue to be their slaves. We will continue to not know how to do anything. We will continue to be babies. And we can never be free because nobody will respect you when you don't have capacity. We must create our own capacity. We must build educational system. Teach our children. Who do you want to teach them? The same thing we learned in school of how the white man came to save Africa, how they came to give this, how we have nothing, how we are all barbarians, savages, the lies they are taught, how we evolved from apes, how we are the lowest species, how we are Negroes. Is it what you want to teach your children? Is this what you still want to teach your children? This self-hating educational curriculum system? No, no, no. We need to stop all these things. We must step up, and we must all play an active role. It is not about doing a sacrifice. It's an active. We become the sacrifice. You have to become that sacrifice. Okay? We have no other choice. We must practice and promote African spirituality. Now you look at the whole Africa now. People that practice African spirituality is not even up to 10%, 5%. And most of them are not even practicing well. Many things have been hidden, many things have been distorted, many of them are just enslaving themselves more. Confused. We must study it. We must learn, promote our culture. Most times what we do is to promote Christianity and Islam from morning till night. We have promoted to the extent that our government has even allocated budgets, yearly budgets, to go to pilgrimage to Mecca and Jerusalem every year with government money. This is what, and people are dying of starvation in Africa. But you see, like Nigeria government paying for pilgrimage for people, spending billions of dollars to send people to go to so-called holy lands. How many people do you see from Europe and the Arab world coming to Africa for pilgrimage? This is the promotion of self-hate. Telling the people that you are inferior, that you really believe all these things, you are gullible. All these things need to stop. Okay, charity begins at home. So we need to change. We need to promote our African spirit. We need to explain it. This is why I'm teaching all these things. This is why I started teaching, so that many people can know it. A lot of our so-called traditional people, you see them online, they don't teach anything. They don't even know what to teach. When you ask them questions, they just want to cover everything with superstitious belief, so they can defraud people, put people in ignorance. Ignorance will not take us anywhere. If you are calling yourself a spiritual guru or godfather, you want to be godfather of everybody, you want to be like these pastors, you are the only one that can intercede for talk to God. You are the only one clean and pure. You are just deceiving yourself and deceiving everybody. Okay, we need to teach people as much as possible, so that they can teach other people, so that we can grow. You must teach, you must promote, you must practice. The work is for everybody. People that are watching this channel today, all of us have responsibility. We have a calling. We have something to do. We cannot just leave the work for anybody. You cannot just leave it for only if a West. Say if a West is already there. I'm not there, yo. Okay? I'm not there. You are here. We must all be doing this work in everywhere. That's why we need to learn it. We need to learn it. We need to understand it. We need to start passing this knowledge to our own people to empower us. This is the only way we can grow. And we must try our best to keep out foreigners. We must, this is for only African. Okay? We must keep out the people that are causing our problem. We must not teach it to them. It will not even help them. Okay? Recently, I was reading some advertisement in one of the international group I used to be a member of. I was shocked. One person is organizing a symposium to teach Kabbalah, titled "What is Kabbalah?" I looked at it and I said, okay, this person is a Jewish person. Normally, this is like an international organization. You are not supposed to bring in religion to this sort of place. It's a place, a social place for meeting people. So this person is now wanting to teach Kabbalah here. Well, if I were to accost this person and ask them why, they will claim that they are the people controlling the world, and it was because of the power of that so-called Kabbalah. That is why they are controlling the world. Of course, this person is a Jew. So what of me if I say I want to teach African spirituality to these people? They are all foreigners. So when I was there, I was probably the only black or one or two black people there. I look at these people. If I come out to say I want to even teach African spirituality, first of all, nobody will even listen to me, because the so-called spirituality I want to teach has not been able to even move us from a point of where we are now to a place of freedom. So nobody will even respect the African spirituality I want to teach, because You want to teach me a spiritual system that you claim is very good, very authentic, very powerful, but yet your people are still suffering. Africa is still the most downward poverty-stricken continent in the world. African people are suffering everything. Police are killing your people like flies in America. UK, your people are all over in all the prisons. Yet you want to teach me a spiritual system that you claim is the most powerful, and yet your people are still suffering. Does it make sense? If this thing is really powerful, then your people should be free. Your people should be in the positions of power, actually running things in the world. You see it? So it makes no point to say you want to teach our foreigners African spirituality when the spirituality have not even been able to help you or your people to be able to be dominant. You then tell them it used to be dominant in the past. Yes, we used to be dominant. Then what happened? What are you going to say? What happened? We died and we are struggling again. And we will still come back again. No. It doesn't make sense. So I look at this and I say, well, this person have a right to say this. After all, it's the Jews that is controlling the world right now. They will claim that it's power from their spiritual system, which is based on evil, corruption, greed, and everything. African spirituality is the direct opposite of that. We cannot teach foreigners African spirituality. We can only teach ourselves. Okay? We can only teach ourselves. So forget about anybody that want to come in here and say there's a Caucasian person so interested here. If you want to be interested, go and open a charity or home somewhere else. But this stuff, please leave it for us. Okay? We don't want any kind of regulation. Somebody that is coming here to want to come and set standard for us. You know one funny thing that I used to experience when I was using paper and any kind of their money transfer app. There was one I was using before, Gray. And I attempted to use this thing to receive money for my consultations and for my studentship. The first day I used the first person that paid money, they sent me an email asking me what is the reason for this payment. I told them that this person is paying for African spirituality classes and consultation fee. You know what they asked me? The people write and ask that I should send them my certification and qualification that I have that prove that I am qualified to teach African spirituality. Can you imagine? Which certification do I need from a Western country? So I have to get certification from a Western establishment, from a Western university to certify that I can teach my own spirituality and history. Can you imagine the arrogance of these people? This is the kind of question they were asking me. I told them that this is my spirituality and practice. I don't need any certification from any Western establishment. I said so they should send the money back. I insulted them and I insulted them a lot. I tell them instantly, send this money right back to the person. Are you stupid? I call the person an idiot. I asked them to send the money back to the person that sent it, and the person will send it with another means. I insulted these people and for like 2 days straight. Could you believe they are still sending me emails to tomorrow? They know what they are doing. Even when I was using paper, before they finally closed me about 2 weeks ago, almost every month, PayPal will send me, will block my account. They will ask me to submit my company registration document. I will submit it. I will submit everything with my bank statement and my passport. Again, then the PayPal people will write back. We say they want to see my certification of that my certificate for doing the kind of things that I do. And I will write back that I don't need any certificate. And then they will open the account. This is the kind of things they are asking. That to practice African spirituality, I need a certificate or a document, probably that's something they can verify from Europe before I will practice and talk about my own spiritual practice. Can you imagine the arrogance, the effrontery? The thing is so shocking and ridiculous. This is one of the reasons why I say that we must never put foreigners inside this thing. Because before you know that we start setting standards for us, that we start saying that they have the authority to teach our own spirituality, we have to go to their university in Europe to go and get a piece of paper to certify us before we can practice. Right now in UK, in London, you can't even kill a chicken. They will arrest you. They will say it's unhygienic that you don't have health certificate to kill just a chicken in Europe, not to talk of a goat. You cannot kill a goat in UK, United Kingdom right now. Can you imagine? This is, yeah, we kill goat every day. We don't need that in Africa. This is the way they want to turn the world to. This the same white people. Now they want to come into African spirituality. The next year will be telling us how to kill goats, how to kill fowl, when not to do what we want to. Can you imagine? This is why we can never allow these people to come and sit with us. We must kick them out. It is not for them. It is not for them. If they want to force their way, they should go far. They should be treated as a devotee, not as a priest. No, because before you know, they will come and start making unnecessary regulation and standard that will poison and corrupt our practice. So we must be aggressive, and we must be very protective of our spiritual practice. We must be protective of it's our stuff. Even if we don't know what we are doing, it's our stuff. You don't have any say here. Go and do your own. You must not come here. We must have this attitude. I cannot go to India to go and be telling them things that Shiva is I'm a prophet of Shiva. I see Shiva every day in the dream. I see Ganesha. Even if I see them in the dream, I will not go there to start appearing as a leader. They will chase me out of there. They will chase you out of there with water cane. We cannot allow this trash. Many times I will come, white people will come to my channel, they're saying that they saw one African deity, they saw this, they saw that, they saw. Do you think I give a fuck? Keep that sowing to yourself. I'm not interested in that. You don't need, there's nothing you can do here. Okay? We don't need you here. We need to focus on ourselves. Okay? Don't be coming here to want to extend your white privilege. It is destroying the practice. The face of African spirituality is a black deity. Okay? It's an African deity, not a white deity. Okay? This is the way it is. So please, we must protect it from pollution. We must protect it from corruption. We must protect it from people that are trying to come and pollute it. This is what will give us that empowerment. Then we must also connect with it. We must connect with the motherland. Of course, we must connect with the motherland. We must be going to our village, making fruitful connections. If you are living in Africa, connect to your land. Know people, create a community for yourself, around yourself. Empower yourself. Empower yourself to grow. Empower yourself to make good positive connections. Make friends with people that you know, not those black people that are Negropins. Do not make friends with Negropins. They have nothing to offer you but to pollute the practice, okay? Make friends with people that are oriented towards African spirituality. Make friends with those kind of people. Not the people that will take your money, then go and be giving it to the white people, to be giving it to the enemy again. There is a saying in Nigeria, they don't take money from one mugu and give to another mugu. We need to be very intentional because money is power. Okay? The more money you have, the more power you have. So you must know that anything you are doing with your money must be supporting, empowering, promoting African people, promoting African spirituality, must be seen to be going somewhere useful, doing a positive work. Most times you see our people, we are the biggest spenders in club, but in real life we are suffering. When you go to disco club, you see black people buying expensive wine. In Nigeria, they call it Azu. Buying a bottle of wine for $1,000, $1,500. They will buy 5, 6, wasting money, buying expensive drink, buying expensive clothes. All this money is going back to your oppressor. At the same time, you want to be free. At the same time, you're chatting for racism, discrimination. And yet, all your money, all your energy is promoting that thing, promoting their culture, promoting drunkenness, promoting fake lifestyle, promoting the kind of evil. You're not using your money to do anything constructive to help black people. We get money, you see people going there, shutting down club, spraying money, doing all sorts of nonsense. And yet you want freedom. All those lifestyle will not help you be free. It will not help us be free. We need to focus. The new flex should be building communities, building factories. This should be the new flex. Creating SMEs. Giving employment to people. This should be the flex. Not going to club to be spending money like fools. The Western billionaires, you see them, Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg, you see them wearing designers. You never see, look at the richest people in the world, you never see them wearing all those wasting money on clothes. They know that clothes do not give them value. Your value comes from inside. They know that money is capacity. They don't waste it. But African people, we have been taught to waste our money, to waste it, to spend unnecessarily, spend on things we don't need. For our mind, we think we are giving ourselves value. We are always been trained to hate the other man. We go walking down the street, you see any black person, you want to raise your shoulder, to do mean mugging, creating like you are the biggest black man in the plantation. We are always in a competition, always competing. Oh, he bought this car, I'm going to buy a bigger car. Oh, he buy this house, I'm going to buy a bigger house. We don't cooperate. We don't collaborate. We're always antagonizing. Oh, it's not from my tribe. I will not buy anything from him. Oh, it's a black person. If I buy this from him, we will get rich, we will get money. This is witchcraft. But rather give the white man all your money that is oppressing you. Then the next day you complain about racism. You have no right to complain about racism if all you do every day is to promote racism, to encourage racism, to do the things that are making people racist, to support the race that is oppressing you. You're giving them all your money all the time. Why would they not oppress you? You are a fool now. How many white people you see coming to give you their money? How many of them? Anytime they come to Africa to say they want to dash us money is to enslave us. But you see our people doing the wrong thing all the time. All these books we are reading, all this Afrocentricity, all this shrine, all this stuff you see, it means nothing if we don't empower ourselves economically, if we don't love ourselves, if we don't build our own communities, if we don't invest in our own education, if we don't plan for the future of our children, we don't create an enabling environment for them, we don't teach them the truth so that they will not come into the same world and the same lifestyle, if we don't set good example for them to emulate, all these things we are talking about means nothing. African spirituality is not about killing chicken or dropping offering in river and Tree Road Junction. It's not about that one. It's not about hocus pocus. It's about active empowerment, activity, creating the world that you want, creating the future, physically and both spiritually, manifesting it, being that force of change, that physical, spiritual force of change, that spear of justice, my heart living in harmony. It's not in supporting the enemy. It's not in cooning. It's not in negropinning. It's not in Christianity or Islam. It's the active force. You have to become that active force. You must play a role. You must make a stand. You must join hands. You must love yourself. You must promote your culture, your people. No matter how bad it is, your family is your family. You must be seen to be doing something. Okay, you must empower yourself with knowledge. This is African spirituality. This is how you invoke Sekhmet. It's not lighting fire and killing blood, killing chicken. I'm killing goat for Sekhmet. Oh, Sekhmet, come out. No. It's becoming Sekhmet. And this is how you become Sekhmet. Okay, this is how you become the force of destiny. Okay, so I hope that we have been able to understand this thing. I know that these are hard words, but we must all play a part. Okay, we have one life to live. We have to sacrifice things. I sacrifice many things and I don't regret. We'll sacrifice comfort. You sacrifice love. You sacrifice many things. Your sacrifice is the things that you will lose when you begin to play these parts. There are many things that I cannot do now, but I cannot buy them, even if I like them, because I don't want my money to go to the wrong hands. So I have to do without it. It's as simple as that. There are some places I cannot go because of the things I say. It's a sacrifice. There are some things that we lose. Friendships, I've lost them. Some girls I'm supposed to run things with, I have to lose them too. We go lose things, but you must sacrifice things. We must all become that sacrifice. It's not to be killing goat and spraying blood. Okay? Not be that one, be sacrifice. So we need to get common sense. Any native doctor that is tell you African spirituality is all about killing goat any little time, killing chicken, killing anything they can kill so that it can shop goat and it can be shopping meat every day. That spiritualist, that native doctor is a thief. He's a greedy person. It is not that one, no. You will become the sacrifice. The deity is inside you. You will starve yourself and you will some things that you're supposed to get, you will not get it because you want some things to change in your life. So this is the way it is. So I hope that some people will see reason with this. So I thank you very much for watching today. We need to do better. We need to take initiative. Those of you that have money, support the ones that don't have enough money. If you have capacity, before you come up for this life, try to do something to change your situation or to move black people forward at least. Try your best, connect with the motherland. For those of you that are in diaspora, try to be following up on news, information of what is happening in the motherland. For those of us that is also in the motherland, try to connect with your village, your ancestral home, following up. Try to see what you can do to make a difference. Try to see what change you can bring to promote and encourage African spirituality. Try to see what you can do. Everybody's a collective effort. I cannot do it alone. It's not about reading or watching YouTube all the time that you are not doing anything. It's an active process. Support people. If you don't want to support me, support your tribe people. Support the one you want to support, but Africa must move forward. Okay? Support your family. At the end of the day, it's all about family. We must move forward. Do something, please. Okay, this is the only way for us to not be to the keep out the spray blood everywhere. So I don't talk my own today. If you still go, talk your own. So this is what I have to say. Questions and comments are welcome. Please like and share this video. Of course, you know, say I go talk about this one. I must talk about this one. I will never get tired. If you have not gotten this book yet, please get your copy. This book is the book that shows you the connection between African spirituality and modern day science. This book, I was able to outline the connection, that hidden knowledge, that thing we are looking for, that missing link. It is inside here. This is the first book written on quantum physics in the history of Nigeria. It's a very powerful book, and also it's the most simplest book to understand this subject. Out of all the quantum physics books in the world, this is the simplest one and the most powerful one, because it is written purely from the eyes of an African, from a pure 100% Afrocentric perspective. This book will activate your DNA. This book will open your third eye. This book will enable you to see into the future. This book will empower you, and this book will give you that missing link, that thing that they don't want to teach us, that they say that will not teach us, that will make our children dull. This book will give you that power. So please buy the book. It's only $50, okay? You can go to club to shut down club every day, okay? It's not a big money, but you don't get that for life. Yes, I accept Bitcoin. I accept Bitcoin. I accept transfer. I accept Western Union, MoneyGram, all of them except PayPal. Okay. This one, 200 spells is here. If you want to learn how to do spells, that the stuff be this so easy to use, understanding this stuff, you flow with it. It teaches you how to connect with, how to use natural elements, how to connect with the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom, the mineral kingdom. Everything is here. A very good book. It will open your eyes if it teach you the basic fundamentals of African spirituality, how to work with herbs. If you are a biologist, you are a doctor, you are a student, you are an expert, any level you be, there's something here for everybody. There is spells for prosperity, for love, for wealth, for general well-being. Everything is here. You need to get it, just 100 USD. Both of them $200 plus posting, okay? Then, of course, if you want to buy your chains, I have lots of them for meditation. Meditation is power. I have so many meditation beads. I get them. If you want, buy from me. Okay, support my business too. I am here for you, and together we will grow. Okay, when you support me, I use the money to develop, to do research, to also bring more stuff. So everything is working in harmony together. So please, this is what I have. I still have more stuff. I also sell spiritual products, herbs, oils, all kind of oils, everything. I do all those things. So I just need to let you know. Then if you want to do your spell work, oracle, tarot readings, and a lot more, I do all those things as well. And apart from that, I thank you very much for watching me. And I'll be seeing you in the subsequent videos as usual. So take care and bye. Peace.